Hi, this is Kat Sturtz, host of Fast Action Fridays. I hope you'll enjoy this updated episode with my special guest. Hello, everyone. It's Friday, Fast Action Fridays with Kat Sturtz, and my special guest today from Ontario, Sue Fleckenstein, who knows a lot about using PLR. And we're going to get right into that in just a minute. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm the founder of rockingyourpath.com, Fast Action Fridays, and the Bridges to Success program, and we'll be relaunching Jumpstart Your Success in a few weeks. I'm habitually curious, creatively organized, business, life, and marketing coach. And I help writers and artists, coaches and consultants, and other service-based professionals who are eager to start and grow a profitable home-based business, how to find more time, more money, and affordable resources to rock their unique path, how to overcome obstacles and hidden barriers, and how to prosper with passion and purpose. And my special guest today is Sue Fleckenstein, who started out online by being a freelance writer. I have my freelance writer days, and she loves working from home in her Ontario countryside with her husband and their black lab, Skyla. After being a freelancer for several years, Sue turned to creating her own products and set up a successful e-commerce store selling PLR, which is private label rights content. And I first met Sue through my co-host, Steve Henry. We do 3 blabs a week, and it's been a delight to get to know her. Sue, tell us, what drew you specifically into PLR? I mean, how was that?
Well, what was happening? I mean, I was freelance writing. I was making really good money, but you only have so many hours in a week. So you get to that point where you can't write anymore to make any more money, because otherwise you're writing 24 hours a day. And, you write in one piece of content, whether it's an article or report for a client, and you get paid one time. Well, when the PLR came up, it was, well, I can write the same report or a pack of articles, and I can sell it over and over again. So for one piece of content that might take me, 5 hours to write, I can literally get paid hundreds of times over and over. So,
yeah.
And just that principle right there was just like, I love that concept. And, it was a way to make more money. I mean, and that was the biggest thing, is why I made that change.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't consider it from your angle sooner. I mean, I've been a freelance writer since 1971, and I always found ways to repurpose my things. I mean, some of my nonfiction children's books started out as magazine and local newspaper articles. And just by changing the focus a little bit, I was able to use the same research, a lot of the same wording and phrases. So I got paid, multiple times for it, but it certainly isn't earning for me the way PLR might be earning for me. I'm going to have to go look back at some things. And I love that you like working from home, because those of us who love it. I mean, I was good in the corporate world, and I was good back on the farm, but I'll tell you, there's nothing like running your own business from home, though it does have its scary financial moments at times.
Well,
all right, little housekeeping. If you'd like to ask a question, you type a /Q and a space, and then your question, and then that'll show up on the left-hand side of our screen, and we can pop it into a seat just like I did there. Sue, I know that you've got some tips for us that we can take fast action on. So before you give the tips, can you describe a little bit more about what PLR is and isn't?
Okay. Well, what PLR is, the easiest way to explain it is it's unbranded content. So when you purchase PLR from anybody, you're just buying an article or a report. It's already written for you, but the whole idea of it is for you to add your voice to it. So it means changing up the title, doing some little things to make it a little bit differently. And, you're creating a brand new product out of it. I mean, some people just change it a little bit. Other people use it as a basis for research. and then they just expand on it. And so, my 10-page book might end up to be a 40-page book once they're finished with it.
Right. I have found it incredibly useful for ideas and to see what's out there, and just to get past that ominous blank page sometimes. Yeah, but I agree with you that adding your own personality, to switching it up a little bit, really is important. So what are your tips for us today?
Well, the first one is you always want to read the PLR license that comes with your package, because that is the biggest issue with PLR. There is no one license that fits all the PLR sellers. Every person's license is going to be a little bit different. So you really do need to make sure that you read it. If you don't understand it, contact the seller and then just get the clarification, because you don't want to use it in the wrong way, because then, they may find out that you're selling it where you shouldn't be selling it. And then you're going to run into all kinds of issues with it as well. I mean, the easiest way to describe it too is when you buy the package, you're going to get a whole pack of content with like Word documents, text documents. The ones that you can sell or give away is after you've edited it, you turn it into a PDF file, and that is the one that you give away.
Right. Or sell in some cases.
You can sell it, give it away, whatever you want to do with it, because it becomes your product. But
right.
You don't give away the Word files, you give away your finished PDF version of it.
So if I'm understanding you right, most of them do not come with rights for you to sell what you just bought in the format you just bought it.
Correct. Yes, because you're buying it with the PLR rights, which means you can edit it and brand it, but you cannot sell that to your customers so they can do what you just did with it.
Okay, yeah. Great. All right. So what's your next tip?
The next one is to change up the title and add a short introductory paragraph, because as we mentioned before, you want to add your own personality or your own voice into the content, and just change in the title, add in, tell the reader what they're going to read in the first paragraph. And you can do the same too by doing the same thing at the end and add a closing paragraph. This is what you've learned today. So you just add in a little bit of your personality in, and that right there is going to make a big difference in that content.
Mm-hmm. All right. And I know you've got a couple more tips for us, so go for it.
Okay. The next one is just building on that one. You want to add in, again, your own thoughts, and you want to monetize the thing with the article with your affiliate links. Or you can link out to, more research, more tips, but you want to make sure that, you add your personality. So when you finish with that content, you want to read it and think, well, I wrote this, and not like, and so that if you're putting it on a blog, your readers are going to not know which ones you wrote and which ones are PLR that you've rewritten. So you want to always keep that same, your same thoughts to it, and your same branding as well. Like if you have certain colors that you use, put that into your reports, just so that everything always looks consistent. So nobody is going to know that you're using PLR.
All right. So as an example, on my husband's blog and his website, which we're just redeveloping right now, it's a UCAN Cuisine. He's a professional chef. I've purchased some food related PLR, and within it, there may be some kitchen gadgets that we want to recommend. So I could go to my Amazon account, my associate account, grab my affiliate link there and pop that into the blog post. So if people are interested and they say, oh, I need that, I would really like that appliance or implement or ingredient that you used, say it's like a packaged ingredient, they would click on it and they would actually be purchasing from Amazon, and we could get the affiliate commission off of that. So that's what you're saying about including your own affiliate links.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's Amazon, ClickBank, or any other affiliate program that you have, yeah, you always want to, because the whole point too is you have a blog, you want to make money from it. So you always want to take that opportunity and put your affiliate links in the blog post. Yeah. All
right, cool. All right, next tip.
The next tip. Okay, we want to add in images in your content again, because it's a good visual breakup. So instead of somebody just going in there and reading 800 words in a big pile of text, if you add 1 or 2 images, it's just going to break it up. It puts lots of white space into the content as well. And one good place to find images that you can freely use, you don't have to worry about copyright issues and licenses, is if you go to Pixabay.com. You can use any of those photos in there in your blog posts without worrying about, if you've got the correct rights to use the images or not.
Right. And you do have to pay attention to the rights from various places. A lot of free image sites allow free personal use. So if you want to make a greeting card for somebody that you're going to send out, that's a personal use. But if you're putting it on your blog and you are in business, that's a commercial use. And sometimes you need to pay extra for that, or pay attention to how many times you expect people to download it, which I find incredible. I stay away from those because I'm not going to keep track of whether 10,000 or 500,000 people have, once I get to something and 500,000 people have downloaded that report, I'm not going to remember where I got those images from at that point. And I don't want to have to go through that. So it's Pixabay, which is PIXABAY.com. All right. Another tip for us?
Okay, and the next tip is to use, because as we all know, social media is a really huge thing, and it's a way to get great exposure for your blog. So one easy way to find tweets and all those little bits to post on social media is just take short snippets from the articles and just turn them into tweets and social media posts. So if you go through your article, you can literally just copy and paste like a main fact, or something that stands out. Okay, tweet this, and the same thing too. Take a good paragraph, a short paragraph that really kind of sums up the article, and post it to Facebook, and just things like that will just get you that extra traffic coming back to your blog. And it doesn't take anything else because you're already using that content that you have, so you don't have to write anything, you don't have to think of anything to tweet. It's just copy, paste, and off you go. You're done. I mean, that could be done like just in seconds. It's really easy and quick, and a great way to keep those social media posts coming.
Do you recommend maybe scheduling a half hour or 45 minutes on certain days of the week to tackle that in maybe bunches?
Yeah, I mean, I've done that. I've used something. I think there's a few programs you can use. I think I've tried Hootsuite, and you can go in there too. Yes, I mean, you could just spend, say Monday for half an hour. At the same time, if you're planning out your blog post for the week, then at the same time, as you do each post, go back in and just take out some tweets and just schedule it to go out. And, then you're set for the whole week. You don't have to, maybe you spend an hour or so doing it, but the rest of the week, you don't have to worry about blog posts and social media other than just going in there and, maybe replying and liking things. So it would be a great way to free up some time as well.
Right. And I want to be clear, especially to people who are listening and who are in our live chat gallery. We are not talking about taking quotes from people, especially famous quotes, and putting them on an image with your name and website and pretending like that's your famous quote. I see some of that happening, and it doesn't necessarily come from PLR, but it can come from free sources of favorite quotes or things like that. That's not what we're talking about here, right?
No, we're talking about going through the article, the report that you purchased, and just picking out the important facts and some interesting pieces, and then just taking those and just post them on social media. I mean, if you want to, you could go into making your own little posters, like go to PicMonkey and just create a quick poster, put that little piece in there, and then post that as an image if you want to too.
Right. And there is nothing wrong with taking a quote, attributing it to the right author, and making your own little memes and things. But that's separate. That's not the PLR we're talking about. That isn't PLR at all, really.
No, I mean, I've added that into some of my packages just because more as a convenience for people. I mean, but like you said, if you do that, you have to quote the source. So again, you don't want to get into any legal issues there.
And then for those images, you would edit them with your own website, or send them back to your blog page or Facebook page or whatever. The idea is to generate traffic back to you to grow your followers, right?
That's right. So, I mean, I would just, you want to redirect them back to your blog, because like if you do anything with an Amazon links, you have to redirect them back to a blog before they go off to Amazon. Right.
And our friend Cindy Freeman, who's a great freelance writer, a copy editor herself, write it for you, says, great idea for any blog. Take pieces and post it with the link to the blog. And she talks about, finding real famous quotes and attributing them to the right person. It's so annoying to me when they're not attributed to the right person. And I will go and check things out. Sometimes it's like, no, I don't think that person said that. And adding a graphic and using those. Well, those were great tips. You gave us 5 tips in less than 15 minutes, all of which we could actually take action on, which is the whole point. Now, tell us a little bit about your 30-day PLR challenge. Now, I signed up for this. I had another challenge going on. I'm just finishing up a 30-day video challenge. And so I just saved your emails to follow through on my own timeline. Tell us about your 30-day PLR challenge.
Okay, well, basically what it is you get 30, I think it's actually 32 days time you get to the end of the sequence, but you're going to get one short email every day for the 30 days. And again, it's just like those tips we've just discussed. It's just little action points that you can take to actually get you using to get you accustomed to using your PLR. Because one of the biggest issues is people will buy the pack of PLR, they open it, and sometimes you can just get overwhelmed because you've got articles, you've got graphics, you've got email, autoresponder messages, and it's like, what do I do with it all? So instead of, and I was getting a lot of questions about that. So I thought, well, okay, let's do this little, the challenge as well. And it's not really, it's just a way just to get you motivated to, every day go in and just use your PLR. And it's just little tips, again, like what we just discussed today, just add an image, where to find images. And then as you get further into the challenge, there's points that cover how to put a button on your website. If you want to sell your report, how you link it to PayPal, and how to add the images, where to find images. So it's just, they're all little tips. And again, it shouldn't take you more than 15 to 20 minutes every day to get that done. And in the end, you're going to have articles that you can publish, and you should even be able to get a nice little report created that you can either sell or give away from your blog.
Right. What I liked about it, because I did read the emails as they came in, I just didn't take all of the action that was there. What I loved about it is it's demoing exactly what you do to make use of the PLR you've got.
And the way that came around is actually I did a 30-day blog challenge. And it was like, okay, so I've got a blog for 30 days. What do I blog about? So it's like, okay, well, PLR, how to use it. So, so the first month I did the challenge and I wrote out all those posts, and then I created the challenge and then just linked back to each one of those posts. So at the same time, I'm doing that challenge, but I'm also driving traffic back to my site as well. And there's other posts in there as well that people can read.
That's brilliant. Now, the other thing I liked about your PLR challenge is it's perpetual. You can join it at any point and start it at any time. It's not limited to like the video challenge I'm in right now, which is going on for the month of March, or some of the blog challenges which occur during a particular time of the year. You can sign up for this anytime and do it at your own speed. Even if you miss the 30 days, you've still got it there.
Yeah, and I've tried to set up too, so that if you join, say at 8 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get every email at 8 o'clock your time, approximately in the morning. So it's always going to come it should always come at the same time. That's how it's set up to go out as well. And then at the end, actually, what I'm going to do now, because a few people asked me, was to create like a PDF of all the 30 lessons so that you can have it as a reference. So that's something that I'm going to be adding. Yeah, I'm going to add that in the next 2 weeks. So when you do get to the end, you'll get the version, the PDF. So again, you can go through it again and again without having to actually sign back up to the list.
And that's something I would do because I've got PLR that I haven't made use out of. Yeah. And I know the one good thing is it's going to prompt me to personalize it even more, because there are some things that have changed. Some things like Facebook training, which I did use before because it came with the images and the screenshots, but a lot of changes have occurred on Facebook. So you have to go back and change that. All right. So if you're just listening, let me read to you the URL. Go to http://plrchallenge.com. And that's Sue's free PLR challenge site, which is awesome. Now, you also have a Facebook group. Do you have to be a customer of your PLR before you can get into that group, or is it just an open group?
It's an open group. At first, I did start it just for customers, but I had a lot of other people wanting to join. So now anybody can join. If you find the link, you have to request to join, and then I'll approve you. But anybody can join.
Right. And I'm going to drop that into the link here. What's nice about Blab right now is we are able to drop live links into a seat, and then you only have to click them if you want to go check it out. So you can click that link. It does not show up on the replay, unfortunately, which is why I am putting it also in the chat role, because that does show up. And what is your main store? If we are interested in quality PLR, which I know you offer, what do we do then?
You just go to my store, and that's at buyplrtoday.com.
All right. And I'm going to put that one into the chat. And yes, I am going to work out a affiliate link with you. I didn't do it ahead of time. But that's okay, you know, that's okay. My bad. And I will be getting some stuff. We've got a little bit, about 9 minutes of time. What else should we be aware of, or downfalls of using PLR? And if anybody would, in the live chat, or the ability on the phone to jump into an open seat, feel free to do that and ask a question. And until then, Sue, what else should we know? What shouldn't we do?
Well, again, it comes down really to the licensing issue. And I see someone's making a comment about if somebody wants to resell the article, their new article. I mean, you buy the PLR package, and then you're going to create your brand new PDF, as we talked about. Now, it's up to you to decide what rights you're going to give your customer with that PDF. I mean, you can't give them my Word files, but with your PDF, if you want to allow them to resell that PDF, well, then you can give them rights to resell it. So that is up to you, but you cannot say, here's this package I got from Sue, and you resell that. Like, if they want to sell that, they would have to sign up and become my affiliate to sell it. Like, if that makes sense. I mean, because it's very, very tricky area when it comes to the licensing and reselling. But, you know, I try and explain it the best way by saying, like, just create a new PDF, and that is the version you can sell, give away. If you want to sell it with resale rights, that is your decision.
All right. Now, we do have a question coming in. Let's see if we can get it over here. Well, I don't know how to get this other one out. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. I'm just going to read it. By the way, Dennis, the reason yours wasn't showing up that way is because you need the / has to be first, a lowercase q, and then a space before your question. So the question is, just to clarify a point, if I buy an article on a foodie thing and I make changes, I must save it in PDF format. And then now someone wants to use this. They obtain this either by me giving it or selling it. They cannot resell that article unless they contact the original site from which he purchased it from. So
Yeah.
I know what he means.
Yeah.
He's confusing buying the PLR in the first place and using it for your own commercial use. And then if somebody wants a similar article, they can't just take your article, which brings up, let me see if I can turn the question around. Can I take your PLR, rewrite it substantially, and then turn it into new PLR that I sell?
You would have to do that. You would have to change it like by 99%.
Right. Yeah. So it'd have to be substantially where it's not even the same thing anymore.
Yeah. I mean, so if two people were to look at my pack and your pack, it would not be recognizable.
Right.
And most people, they would just resell that like with resell rights, because once, if you change it enough, it becomes your own product, and then you are allowed to do pretty much basically whatever you want with it.
Okay. Which for all practical purposes and time management, it makes more sense to become an affiliate of the place you bought the original PLR from, and just say, here's a quality place to get PLR. Buy some of this, rewrite it. and go for it, because they still have to,
That's
even
it.
if you did it yourself, they'd still have to rewrite it. So save yourself that
That's
step.
it. And then, with my affiliate program too, I offer 50% commission. So you're going to make 50% on their purchase. So, it's going to put some extra cash in your pocket.
Awesome. All right. How would someone who writes a lot work with someone like you to supply you with maybe some PLR materials? Do you purchase PLR?
Well,
is that a possibility?
Yeah, I have a writer right now, but I'm always looking, for other people too. But basically, I have a writer that writes for me pretty much every month. She delivers content, and then she gives it to me with. I can use it however I like, and I could use. I use it for PLR, but if I want, I've used some of it for personal use too. So yes, there are times that I do need writers, so I'm always open to new people. And I'm in a group with a lot of other PLR sellers, and yes, people do need good writers and people that
that's awesome.
And the biggest thing is to deliver the content on time.
Oh yeah, we know someone who's a little behind in one of those things, and it's not me.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are got a couple more minutes. Cindy, do you have any other questions? Or Dennis, did we kind of answer your question? You can post, you can pop into an open seat if you want, or you can just put it in the chat roll. I'm trying to change my other screen here. Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll see if he can maybe ask his question a little bit more. He would be brand new to Facebook, not Facebook, to PLR, and really trying to do more about building his own website, and has written, food-related articles in the past. In fact, did 4 years for a magazine, but it takes him a long time. So I'm thinking, using PLR might be wise for him. So what's your question, Dennis? Or your comment?
Well, the original question was, if I can try this again, I purchased something, let's say from you. It's food related only because that's my business. I make some changes to it, and now I save that in a PDF form. Now somebody wants to use that information for whatever reason they want to use it. They have to, either I give it to them or they can purchase it from me in that PDF form. But then they are not allowed to do anything with it other than to use it for their own personal use, which is how they got it from me, unless they go back to you in this situation. And
so they're not going to know it's PDF. They're not going to know it's PLR. You're not going to tell them that.
But what you're saying is correct. Yes.
Yes.
You give them that PDF and they cannot rebrand it. They can use it, but they can't rebrand it. If they want a rebranded version, then they have to go back and buy the original pack from me.
Okay.
All right.
And
what about, go ahead.
I was going to say, but if you were to put the PLR on your blog, then they can share it on their blog. They're just going to link back to you. There's things like that. You don't have to put everything into a PDF, but I'm just saying, if you have a report, you want to put that into a PDF before you give it away. But if you use in the PLR as blog articles, people can republish them on their blogs. Obviously, they're just going to link back to you to give you the credit.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Like somebody's going to say, I found this really cool article over on UCAN Cuisine, and put the link there in a few more words, and that link's going to show your blog post, or at least people can click it and go back to yours. That's something that Steve and Henry and I discussed last Wednesday on Doing Well, or Monday, maybe it was. All right. I have a question about copyright. All right. Obviously, you have certain provisions, that terms and conditions when people buy your PLR. When we turn that into our own product and our own branding, what do we do with the copyright page? Do we now copyright it the way we wrote it in our copyright? Do you leave it open? What do you do?
No, Basically, if you change the PLR usually by 75%, then the copyright becomes yours. So you put in your own pages on there. If you're not going to change it, then the copyright stays with me, because that is the whole essence of PLR, is to kind of change it into your own voice. So you want to make it your own, and the minute it becomes your own, well, then I pass the copyright on to you.
Right. And I have seen PLR reports that are branded and edited in such a way where it says you can change this and add your affiliate links, on these pages, but you have to leave these pages in, which are basically sales pages for the place you got it from originally.
I mean, again, this is why I said make sure that you read the license that comes with it, so you understand what you can change and how you can use it. Because some people are very, here's my PLR, do anything that you want. Just make sure you don't use my name, but anything else you can do. And other people have very, very strict terms and conditions. So you really do have to read it. And I said, if you don't understand, contact the seller, and then you can get clarification before you even buy the package.
Now, do you have any recommendations for keeping track of the TOS from different places?
Well, what you can do is just, when you download it, put everything into a big folder of where you got it from. So if you get mine, put down the name of my store, and then every purchase from me will go into that folder. And and every pack, I always try and put the license in it. And most other people do the same anyway. But that's how I would store it on my hard drive. Just make each folder per store that you purchase from, and all their content goes into their folder, so you know where it comes from. If you suddenly lose the license, you can look them up online and then find the license again if you get stuck with something.
I do that too. There are some things I list, like who I got from is just a basic list, and then the terms, because sometimes I don't want to have to go back online and recheck it. But for digitally, I go to the TOS, the terms and conditions page, and do a screenshot of that page, and then just save that in that folder with that.
That's a good idea too. Yeah. Sure.
Did you have another question, Dennis?
Yeah, I have kind of a quick question. At least I hope it's quick. So if you said you have a writer that does a lot of your articles, what type of articles do you handle, so to speak? I mean, are you in one given area? And like if somebody were to be a freelance person and wanted to like get in touch with you and maybe see if you are interested in buying some of their articles, and I'll use me as a good for instance. If I were interested in having you see some of my food articles, are you open to somebody contacting you to get involved with you in that form, or are they better off like doing their own thing, so to speak?
No, I mean, I'm always open to people contacting me. I mean, on my site right now, I have 4 main categories. There's business and lifestyle, which is where the food stuff would probably go under the lifestyle section, and then the health one and self-improvement. I mean, they're the 4 basic categories that I cover. I mean, and the health one sells a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm on her list, so I've seen the various categories, and obviously some of the categories are not of interest to me because it's not my focus for my business. Some I look for your business, Dennis. And I have various clients that I say, oh, did you see over on such and such? That might be something that you want to pick up. So good questions. Thank you for some awesome information, Sue.
You're welcome.
And I'm glad that the ice and freezing rain held off in both our areas and our internet stayed intact.
For sure.
I will definitely have you back. And yep, I definitely want to arrange for an affiliate link too. So that's cool.
Perfect. It was fun, actually. I enjoyed it.
Good. Well, this is Kat Sturtz from rockingyourpath.com. Come and Fast Action Friday. See you every Friday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and also Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 1 o'clock with a co-host, Steve Henry, and we do a bunch of stuff. So check out my blab page for that. Have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to take fast action on the things that are important to you so you can continue rocking your unique path to success.